Hey, so since I've been holed up here, I've been having this bird come by.
Hey, you little bitch! Get your shit together!
He's just been knocking on my window, saying some really weird shit.
Hurry up, bitch! Purple haired bitch!
I don't know, might be a sign. Maybe.
We're all waiting, you asshole!
Hello.
Greetings.
Hi.
Why am I supposed to say hello? Okay.
It's
Yeah, you don't tell me when to talk. I do it. I talk when I want to talk. So can we start this again?
okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Let's
No.
Here, I'll
I'll
slice off this part of the footage and okay. Hello, restart. Hello. Hi.
You're gonna edit me out, aren't you? You son of a bitch.
How could you?
How could you? Ah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, there's five of us here. We got Ruby or RBY as he's known. I'm Ryan TM, or you just call me Ryan. I'm one of the OGs who's done almost nothing recently. You got the hero over here who is the voice of an angel. Rodney on the end, who I mean not quite the voice of an angel, but he does a lot of the bird voices. He's kind of a favorite there. And you got Jeff who's running it all now.
Hi.
I'm gonna give it back to Jeff and stop hijacking his thing.
Yeah, you've just necked it. Completely.
Hello. Yes, I am currently working on Thundercats Abridged and Black Clover SS Abridged Episode 4. And a couple smaller projects, which I guess we've already talked about last episode. Okay.
Thundercats kind of paused while you're working on Black Clover.
Huh?
Isn't Thundercats paused, or are we going to put that out as a half
Yeah.
episode?
Okay, so Thundercats is currently paused. Basically, what I did was, I mentioned in the last podcast, I was kind of torn between working on that or Black Clover. So I put out a poll asking which one people are more excited for, and Black Clover Bridge won by a landslide. So I'm just going to work on that.
Yeah, I
first.
saw that, but I was thinking more we could put out that Thundercats as a half episode.
Maybe. I mean, because like we still have like all the recorded lines and all the stuff. I do still want to do it.
Do the second part at a later time, but since the first part's already done,
I guess.
I mean, we don't have to. That's just the thought I had.
If the time comes down to it, and I don't know, I'll definitely have to think about that. Also,
but yeah, our beautiful Ruby here. Can you tell us about yourself?
Oh.
I do the sound editing, and I write some music occasionally for it. That's all I really say.
Well, you like actually write it? That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's what I took the courses for.
Lovely. Beautiful.
They have courses over there. You don't have to go to America for that.
Well, GCSE and A-level music, except I don't get to finish my A-level music because.
Yeah.
Because of the quarantine, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all can't do music over like Zoom or something, or
No, but I can't do the exam.
oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to bring up like a depressing past here. I'll bring this over to.
It's not the past. It's
no.
the present.
Stop being sad.
it's not even that depressing.
This is good vibes only. Good vibes only.
How is not doing exams?
We are not vibing right now. You're talking about the worst part of school. You're like, I have all this debt and no degree.
But I do get it.
Okay, we're going on to the next one. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? And please don't bring up college debt. We're trying to get past that.
I don't pay for college.
It's no longer your turn, RBY. I'm sorry. I feel like this is gonna be like the presidential debates, just like going between. You're like, please stop talking. But yeah, please let's clear the floor for the hero here.
Hero talk, please.
Yeah, what'd I do?
Yeah. Just tell us about yourself. You know what you got going on. How many exams do you need to take?
Instacart driver. So basically, I grocery shop for people and deliver it to them.
I really hope they pay you well for that, because that's my worst part of the day.
Sometimes they do actually. Like some orders, I could land a $50 or $70 order. I'm like, hey, that's not bad.
There we go.
I usually do a daily quota of $100 a day, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good.
That's still going on with COVID. You have to do the whole 6-foot thing, or?
Yeah, you wear a mask at some of these places. Costco, it's mandatory, and everybody's all, you gotta be super careful at Costco for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I am really interested
Dangerous place, Costco.
in learning about this stuff, but like, I meant creatively, like you do voice acting and stuff, but we could talk more about your life.
Yeah, no, I like this. This is more interesting, I think.
It's like, tell us about yourself.
I like this.
Well, okay, I like long walks on beaches. I do. But,
I hate those.
This isn't dating.
Yeah.
Sand gets everywhere.
I mean,
Oh,
I guess you
God.
can make it one.
But I just provide voices whenever and wherever, whenever you guys need me to. I'm just there.
And yeah, you got like a really wide range. That's why it's awesome to have
Yeah.
you around. Do you have any other projects
And
you want to
this-
talk about, or
Just say again.
you have any other projects you'd want to talk about?
Well, yeah, I'm in a Full Metal Alchemist abridged as well.
Oh yeah, I remember stealing you
Oh.
from that.
Yeah.
All right.
They're
Check
just
That
like,
was Arrogant Dubs, right?
Yep, Arrogant Dubs. And
Nice.
that's how I got to know you guys. Yeah, I'm Schnarf in the Thundercats.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so many characters in this Black Clover thing, but yes, I am.
Yeah. So in
Most
episode
notably.
4, we kind of had a shortage of cast members. So there were a couple of the characters that were going to get different voice actors, but like they just weren't around. So yeah,
I got
this
you.
guy was.
The hero pulled a Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, I haven't actually tried doing any of his characters yet.
You do
Like,
all the
I
other
haven't
ones.
even attempted yet.
You want to try now?
Which character?
Pick one.
Okay. Let's see.
See,
Yeah.
y'all are thinking Rick
Pressure
or Morty,
now.
but I'm saying fuck that, man. Do Beth. That's not even one of his characters, but do Beth.
Okay.
Which one's Beth?
That's
Oh,
the
God.
mom.
Oh, the mom in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate her so much.
The fucking wine lady.
Yeah, I don't know how to sound like her.
All right. Mr. Poopy Butthole.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Poopy Butthole.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think we got there.
Yeah, just stay tuned. I will be around.
All right, we need to have a warning before that so people can cover their, like, if they're using headphones. But besides that, great job.
Sorry.
Yeah, and they need the
Dude.
warning so they can toss the headphone across the room.
Dude, I was so sad that season 4 finale didn't have Mr. Poopy Butthole in it.
All right, I have not been able to watch the last 4 episodes because they're not free on Adult Swim yet. So no spoilers here.
I'm not spoiling anything else, but it was very good. I thought it was
This
very
guy,
good.
I was like, hey, I didn't see the new Avengers movie. And he's like, oh, you mean the one where Spider-Man dies? I'm like, fuck you.
I remember that.
Yeah, Taylor, you were there.
Oh.
And he was like, no, I didn't spoil it. Like, you told me he dies. By the way, if anyone's watching, they're listening to this now. I'm sorry, Spider-Man does die.
It's
no.
it's 2 years
I feel
past,
it's your
but you know,
fault,
well, I mean, he died, but then didn't.
He's come back already.
He got better.
He got better.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I forgot that was your culture. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
No,
It's
that is
appropriation.
That's fantastic.
I need to stop making fun of you for being British. That's insensitive.
that's all right.
Hey, he picked up on it.
Yeah. I'm getting better. All right. So this next one's going to be hard because
please continue.
no one can hear Rodney here. So what do you got going on over there, man? Or what have you done?
Yeah.
Talk about what you've done on our channel so far.
Yeah.
Well, currently I'm sitting right here playing with a Gatorade water bottle.
Aw, yeah.
Productive.
Just going to school, finishing up my last classes in the next couple semesters, and I'll try and transfer to UT.
Oh, hey, good for you.
Mostly just writing and getting back to this new job I got. But
Taking care of yourself. That is terrible for the channel, but great for your life.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just tell about what you've done at the channel so far. Like when you worked on All Noah Zero Bridged and What
my
else? You
God.
did a whole lot.
All that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Giant fever dream. But
I mean, you did the editing for episode 2 of Black Clover Bridge, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
did quite a bit of that.
Yeah, you knocked all the mouth flaps out on that, and then All Noah Zero. The problem was like everything came out the wrong definition, so we had to like try and and then when we tried to enlarge it, none of the math flaps like matched up, and then he had this old computer that was like dying every time he tried to save anything.
Yeah, and when I
Oh,
learned, what was it? When I originally learned the software, it was in high school, so it was like the current software version of it was just like kind of beyond me. So I had to like relearn everything. But yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare though. We actually made a video talking about how it was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was a 300 sub special, right?
Yeah, I remember. And then I made that like so. I guess we'll get to me now.
Yeah.
I originally like we had this whole thing. Taylor was Rodney was gonna do the audio, and then Jeff was gonna do all the video, and I was just writing a bunch of stuff, and that was for Grimgar.
Yeah.
And then I got super impatient because I'm a piece of shit, and I started putting out like these small episodes, like Send You 1 and 2,
Yeah.
where these like 5-minute or like 4-minute things, and like the second one's blocked now. The first one so bad. I did all the voices. I like the audio is so terrible. If you watch it, see how far you can get before you have to stop. And then so I did those two, and then I did Classroom with Elite 1, and then we actually got decent video or audio recording for that, but it was still like me, Rodney, and Jeff like
Yeah.
doing most of that, and then Jonathan was there too, and he did like he did the 2 female voices for All Noah Zero.
Yeah.
So like this one guy had 2 different female voices, and I was like, that was impressive because I have none.
I think my favorite role still to this day was playing the fucking Dark Lord kid.
Oh yeah, the Dark Lord. I still don't know if the writing if that was like Chinibio and fake, or if it was real and there was a Dark Lord.
I think that was kind of the joke.
Mystery.
Yeah, we'll never know.
I think
But
you
yeah,
mentioned before that there was supposed to be an actual Dark Lord, but it's just, not something that ever really got paid off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did that, and then episode 1 of Black Clover, I rushed out again because I don't know how to edit, but I edited anyways. So like, you watch it. Honestly, if y'all could go back and redo that, that'd be awesome.
I've thought about doing that.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I did the episode 1 of both of those, and I had no idea what direction I was going. Then 2 of Classroom of the Elite, we got Arrogant Dubs to help us out and do some of the audio.
Yeah.
And then Taylor did a lot for episode 2 on Black Clover. And then episode 3, I basically ghosted, went overseas. I had no part. That was all. And that's when Jeff started taking over. He's doing a lot of episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
So like all that early stuff I did a lot of. Now it's like all Jeff.
Because for episodes 3 and 4, we definitely, bounced back a lot of ideas. And I don't think episode 3 would have come out nearly as good if I didn't have your input.
I mean, I really appreciate that, but you did like 99% of the work. I was just like, hey, try harder on this bit. Hey, do better. That was
your
notes.
moral support.
Yeah, well, no, I think moral sabotage is the right word, but yeah, things changed.
It was tough love.
But yeah, I think I kind of described myself and you, Jeff, since I mean, you're going forward, and you're also doing a lot of other things, right? Like some animation for that for the book. He's been in a writing group for years now, and he's got this long book that's like episodic chapters that
like I mentioned before, I have the full first volume up on our Patreon, and you can just read like the first chapter for free, and then like the rest is just like $1 a month. I've been meaning to do the second short as a way to further advertise it, but I mean, I'm okay if it's not.
Well, we do a lot of like voice acting on our channel, and we do a lot of writing. I've been thinking about doing a version of audiobooks and putting it up in the channel, but I think that might be too different from our main like audience, so we might have to do it on a separate channel.
I mean, we could do like I don't know, like if we ever do like a OCC 2 or whatever, I'm definitely down.
Yeah, I'm definitely and I'll hit up all our voice actors because I've got a. Well, we'll talk about this later. We have a paper that tells us what this is supposed to be going the direction. I just hijacked it and screwed it
It's
up again.
okay. We don't have to follow the structure. Like I'm fine with.
No.
I feel
We're
like
on fun quarantine stories, guys. Okay.
Yeah, that's
That was
where
a
we're at
fun
now.
quarantine story.
Okay.
Because quarantine, the
Not
funnest
bad.
thing.
Ugh.
So there was this one time I was grocery shopping with my family, and this one guy was like stocking up shelves, and he was wearing his mask wrong. He was only covering his mouth and not his nose. So we're like, okay, let's just skip over the entire cookie aisle, because there are also just people that just don't wear masks outside, and it's just kind of like even in public places, and it's
I've seen that,
frustrating.
and they'll look at you like they're trying to dare you to say something about them not wearing a mask. And I'm like, don't
Yeah.
include me in your personal vendetta. I'm going to wear my mask, and I'm going to be around just a few people as possible because that's how I was before quarantine. That's who I am.
Good man.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else? How about you over there? It's got to be different than not in the States. You know what I mean? Like, is it different overseas?
Well, people are, I think, even more reluctant for masks over here, especially in my workplace. That's because I live in the country.
Y'all have a
Well,
country? I thought it was like a small country. Like everyone was kind of there. Like,
no, we
okay.
have there are a couple cities, and then everywhere else is country for UK.
Oh, like in Hot Fuzz. I got you.
Yes, yeah. So I live near like those hot fuzz sort of villages. I live in that area, so every people have that accent. That's a
Honestly, if you could structure everything you say about like England or whatever around Simon Pegg, then I would understand what you're saying.
yeah. Imagine, yeah.
Okay.
He's a good milestone.
Well, yeah.
for me.
If but yeah, all the people where I work speak with that accent. Like my uncle speaks with so sort of like this, where you got that sort of American like R's, but they're not. But it sounds more like a pirate.
I got a joke. You want to hear
Okay.
it?
Oh boy.
Or go for
What's
it.
a pirate's favorite letter?
I wonder what it could possibly be.
Yeah. What is it? Come on.
No, I
I think
can't
this is a
think.
setup.
Jeff, what's the pirate's favorite letter?
I mean, I know I'm gonna be wrong. I'm gonna look like an ass, but
Just say it. Come on.
Arr.
Oh, you
C.
think it'd be R, but it'd be the C.
Have you told this
Oh.
kid?
That's my favorite joke. Shut up, Rodney.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Am I not allowed to talk anymore? Because okay. Who has another fun quarantine story?
Funny
Let's gloss over
quarantine
what just happened.
stories.
Uh,
Why did I write
I feel
that?
like the Venn diagram there is like fun and quarantine, and then there's like just sort of like
Everything
I
in
think there's something.
between.
There's like a little bit of something there, but I can't tell. I think they're just touching.
As you can tell, a lot of the projects I was a part of kind of devolve halfway through, and this is why. Because my thought process just goes like, "Yeah, we're on a thing. Wait a second, this would be funny," and then I'm just gone. That's it.
It's gone.
I'm on the ODD train. Don't you worry.
I think this is the best format for that, though.
But yeah, fun. I have a quarantine story.
Okay.
I had to go get like a blood and urine. I'm going overseas again for like a better job, supposedly, which I'm probably not going to get. Half the people in the last class I talked to washed it. But yeah, it was terrible. But I'm back to Afghanistan or Iraq. It's one or the other. It's kind of a toss up. But so I'm going there, and halfway there, I realized I never leave my house, and I used a different car than my car, so I didn't have a mask, but there was a mask in the car. And I'm a large person. I'm like 6'1", about 230 pounds. And I had this tiny mask I could barely put on that pulled both my ears all the way out. So I'm going in this building hoping no one sees me. And I finally get there and she's like, "Do you want a new mask?" And I was like, "Thank you. You are a beautiful lady." So I got this mask and I didn't look like an idiot. You know, that was a bad story. I got to the end and it was just, okay. Anyone else have a quarantine story?
I mean, working at the coffee shop before I got laid off, we were right across the parking lot, Randall, which is like like a grocery store or whatever. And during one of my breaks, I was out smoking a cigarette, and I saw like 5 different people roll out with just grocery carts full of toilet paper, and this was like right before like everything like shut down.
That's when you knew it was real, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was funny as hell. But yeah, you had to be there.
You got to think, have they used all that toilet paper yet?
I mean,
They're pretty shitty people, so I'd guess yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're not supposed to cuss on this. I hope we get
No,
through this.
that's
Walter.
fine. You
All
can
right.
cuss. Who
No,
cares?
this is a Christian. This is a
They're
Christian.
not gonna. They're not gonna demonetize us. We don't make money off this.
Yeah, they make money off of us, so that's some like. Yeah, I think people think we make money off of this. We absolutely do not.
No.
I think our Patreon has like $1 a month. You know, which the biggest bill right now is I pay like $20 a month for the Adobe package thing.
Yeah.
That's my biggest contribution at this point. Is like sometimes I tell him to write better, and I'm like, no, you're using my program. Write good.
wait, you're still paying?
Yeah, it's still up there if you ever need to use it.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that thing for my computer was too much of a pain in the ass. I don't want to get it again.
Well, I mean,
You sure you can try editing Alnoa again?
I mean, I got a better computer now,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm gonna do it.
All right. I had to try.
I mean, I currently need the Creative Cloud because that has all the lines for the Thundercats project.
I know you're why I'm keeping paying for it. So you better put. I'm kidding. I'm not pressuring you in any way. I will as long as we're actually still like putting out a channel doing stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I'm definitely
down
trying to
with it.
be more productive this summer.
Do I need to send like monthly reminders? You know, like I want my money. I want my chapter.
If you want.
I won't do that. Anyone else have any other stories? Or are we going to move on to this next part?
I think we should move on. I think we've spent a bit long.
All right, I already covered this in the beginning.
But there's one below it.
No, it says give an update. So give an update. We're following the thing.
Okay. I guess to be more specific, I've currently blocked out the first couple minutes. I'm hoping to have the first half of that episode blocked out this week. Well, wait, today's Friday, so next week. Yeah.
Go a whole new week randomly. Next Sunday. This Sunday coming up.
Sure.
Yeah. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Thank you. And then this is just mentioning so after working on episode 3, I started watching ahead in the series up to like episode 20. I think I finished the first dungeon arc, and now I'm looking into the manga. I'll definitely say.
No, say your thing. Say your thing.
I'll definitely say the manga has been definitely a more enjoyable experience than the anime. And that's just because I think both the fact that it is, has a much faster pace to it, but also I think the general art direction is definitely more inspired, and at the very least, even in the more boring parts of the manga, it still can look visually interesting.
So do y'all want to lose a lot of respect for me real quick?
Sure.
As always.
All right. So when we first started doing this, we had the idea. It was because it was just not coming out, getting really hyped up. I binge read the entire manga in one night, and I think it was 170 chapters at the time. And then I went off of that the next day when I started editing. So I really only read it for one night, got the whole thing out, and that's because I'm a terrible person. So when people are joking about him screaming and stuff, I had no idea he screamed because all I had done is read.
That's fair.
I've never actually seen the show. I've just read it.
Well, I mean, it's basically the same. It's just that the anime adds a lot of extra shit to it. I think the first couple chapters are 3 episodes in the anime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have first off, they really stretch out the beginning portion with Asta getting his grimoire, and then episode 2 is just a completely unrelated, completely tangential flashback episode, and then episode 4 is when they go on the adventure to the Clover City.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we cut
Whereas,
most of that stuff out.
It was.
I'd say because we definitely kept in. I think we're kind of doing like this kind of interesting like in between spot between the manga and the anime, where I think we still have some of like the extra story beats of the anime, but we just aren't blitzing through it like the manga was. So we're kind of in like this. I think we're in like this nice sweet spot.
The one bit I do remember keeping that wasn't in the manga was when like they're fighting and it's snowing outside and Asta just gets hit in the head and knocked out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want that scene.
That's where I like that like over the top sound effect, like the ding.
It was like a bell. Yeah, I love that. I use that bell
That
for
was
so much
fucking
stuff.
great. I mean, I think even the first episode, like there's still a lot that I liked about it. Even like the general writing, I thought was very solid.
Looking back, I had a lot of faults, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're doing it now, so I can yell at you if you don't do good enough and be like, I should have done better.
I take no
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. You should have listened.
And then if it goes well, yep, it was all me.
Yep.
I hadn't even thought about it if it goes well. I mean, that'd be awesome. I'm kidding. Episode 3 was way better than anything. Like, the lips, I mean, were better in 2, but honestly, man, it was a huge step up from anything I had done. It did take a while, though. That's my one criticism. If you could work faster, and I think a lot of people in that section here.
I mean, at the same time, though, I think I'm
just kidding. You're doing a great job.
Looking back on it, I was actually kind of glad I took more time on it because I think if I just went with my initial script for that, it would not have been very good. I think definitely taking time and kind of mulling over some of like the jokes and such really helped enhance the script in the end. Sorry.
No, yeah, you've always been a lot more methodical. I've always been more sporadic. I think you're doing a lot better this way.
Okay.
You have Community up here next on the topic.
Oh yeah.
Something happened?
It's up on Netflix now. It got it's been like really popular now, and now more than ever there's speculation that there might be a movie because they recently got like the whole cast back together to do a live table read of one of the older episodes.
That was hilarious because they do the episode where they kill off what was his name? Pierce.
Yeah.
And there's always been a lot of conflict. So the fact that they chose an episode that not only kills off Pierce but gives Donald Glover the reason he's going to leave was like that was what killed the show in 2 pieces. Like I feel like they chose that on purpose. That that couldn't have been an accident.
I mean, I definitely imagine that. Like I think at this point I don't know if they were to do more Community, I don't think they're gonna bring back fucking Chevy Chase. Like, I definitely
but they chose the episode that killed him
off.
That is on the nose.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I think it was
Chevy Chase in Community.
Yeah, that was in like season 5.
Tell me it's hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
So the way Community goes for me is 1 is pretty good. He's finding his pace and it gets great. 2 is good. 3 is very good. 4 is You can see it kind of falling apart. And then 5 is he tries so hard to save it. And some episodes are good. Like the whole show is falling apart. He's losing characters, all that stuff. And then 6 is kind of garbage. I hate to say it.
Oh,
I never actually watched the show.
Oh man, you got to. It's pretty good.
I saw a couple of episodes. I saw a D&D episode and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that one's awesome.
Yeah, they have D&D are definitely there's 2 D&D episodes, and then they have like 4 paintball episodes.
I saw a pillow fight one, and yeah, the paintball one because like the Glee kids or something.
Oh, is that the season 1 paintball episode? Yeah. Well, it wasn't. Was it like just a normal like kind of movie thing, or was it like this like Western like Star Wars parody?
It
was paintball. Okay, he liked the paintball.
Yes, the paintball.
God.
Paintballs are fun.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize we're already on the second part of this topic, which is favorite moments in episodes.
Yeah. My favorite episode is still the season 2 Christmas special. That was the stop motion one. I don't know what it is, but like
claymation.
yeah, even now, just something about the message of that episode and kind of what Abed goes through meant a lot to me. I think it's great as like a Christmas special for an adult coming into the world and slowly becoming disenfranchised with the Christmas spirit. It's very good, very well made. And again, like the stop motion is surprisingly really top notch, and all the music is also really fucking good. So
I
that's
think one of my
always.
favorites is when they have the spaceship episode, but it's all Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh right, I think I remember that. That was also season 2.
I don't know what it is, but like Abed is well, he's obviously like the not narrator for the story, but he's commentary, he directs it, and he'll
Yeah,
change the tone. And he changed that to like not Independence Day, but like one of the films where they go into space, they have astronauts. I just loved that.
yeah, that
But
was Community was a really good show.
are we the only two that have watched this show?
My
I've
favorite
seen
is that
episodes.
D&D one, I guess.
It might be.
The D&D one was pretty
Oh
fun
no,
too.
there you go.
Where Chevy Chase just I don't know, they didn't
You see,
didn't want him to
it's
party.
kind of weird looking back on the older seasons because like the more I look into Chevy Chase as a person, the more I realize that he wasn't really playing a character. That's just
I
kind
don't
of
think
how he
anyone.
was.
I think what Dan Harmon did was took what people were good at and eventually changed their characters to involve those main characteristics to where people went more and more and they could
Definitely.
really become the characters. I think he did a great job. So with Chevy Chase, what he did is since he was a villain into this group in real life, he slowly made him a villain more and more in the show, which made this downward spiral, that this like triangle of death that just slowly, the more he made him a or a terrible guy, the more people disliked him, where he acted like a terrible guy, and it just
Yeah,
spiraled down. He was a great villain while he was a part of the show.
definitely. And that's kind of what I'm saying is like it's kind of just weird and kind of uncomfortable looking back on, Chevy Chase's character just because of that. Like
What is he villainous in real life?
he is
The show,
He's what?
yeah.
like not like the show, like the production of the show.
He was very difficult to work with, and
Ah,
he'd
like a
also
Marlon
like
Brando, huh?
he'd also like make some racist comments about Troy or not Troy, fucking Donald Glover.
Troy. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, which one's Troy? Donald. Oh, okay.
yeah, the childish Gambino guy.
So for your question here, do you think there's going to be a movie?
I mean, I'd definitely be down for it. I think if they're gonna do it, then if they have, if they're in contact with Donald Glover and Yvette Nicole Brown now, I think they could definitely pull it off. I personally wouldn't mind if Chevy Chase's character was just kind of dead as like a permanent thing. Like I think at this point, like that's just become an established part of the show.
What
And
if they brought him back to life?
I've thought about
Well,
that
see, that's the
because
funny thing is his religion has a way to bring people back to life, so it would be totally canon,
You know,
or at least some idea about it.
Harry or something.
I mean, my whole thing is, I think the show, despite going to some very crazy places, it's still very grounded. So they would have to really justify it.
No, they wouldn't. His religion has a thing in it where they say they all you'd have to do is have the idea of him thinking he comes back to life, so like some sort of post mortem thing.
Okay.
And I mean, I would totally be on board with that with Chevy Chase in the movie. I don't think they could do it socially. Like he wouldn't be
Yeah.
okay with working with them.
Yeah. That's kind of, I think, my main thing. I don't know. I'm very excited to see, if that's because a lot of shit's been kind of weird recently, and I feel like at this point, literally anything could happen. So who knows?
I think it depends on the receptions in Netflix. If it gets to like The Office, if The Office gets removed and Community becomes the new Office on Netflix, then it might happen. Because
Yeah.
you got to get the Russo brothers, you got to get Donald Glover. How many people? Yeah, you got to. Alison Brie has like a really promising career now. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's just too many.
I mean,
I think it would really have to take off.
I think even if it doesn't happen, like I'm fine with what we got right now.
You were fine with season 6.
I don't think season 6 was that bad. I kind of like that they realized at that point the show had become kind of a very different thing, and I think they kind of embraced that in season 6, which I thought was, at least to me, pretty okay.
All right, if that's what you want to be remembered as, I mean, that's fine.
You want to die on this hill?
Yeah.
What, that season
There's so
6
many better
wasn't
hills.
that bad?
Yeah,
No.
it's on your tombstone. Season 6 wasn't that bad, and it just gets trashed.
Okay. All right.
I'm just doing the Michael Jackson eating the popcorn. That gift. No, I'm enjoying it.
Here lies Jeff. He died from coronavirus. He liked season 6 of Community, so we're not going to give him a proper burial.
Well, I mean, they'd have to put season 6 wasn't that bad on your tombstone, because that'd probably be the reason why somebody killed you. They're like, how?
It's just season 6 wasn't that bad. Unnamed.
Man who was stabbed.
Still coronavirus.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah. It's like actually the blood was coming out slower than the coronavirus was killing him.
No, so it's like Town of Salem where you get killed in multiple ways. It just says all the ways that you died. It's like
Oh, get stabbed.
X was stabbed by a serial killer and killed by the mafia and killed himself.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And I want to say so much about cop reports, but it's kind of a hot topic right now, so I'm going to avoid it.
Yeah.
All right. Topic 2 on here is our current writing. So like we were talking about earlier, we all do a lot of writing. We had a group where we were meeting like weekly, but it kind of fell apart recently. But we did a whole lot of work before we stopped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our whole channel started with just us, meeting in a coffee shop and reviewing each other's work. And then we just kind of decided one day, like, hey, what if we, made content? And then that just kind of happened. That's why we're called Over Coffee Creations, because, like...
Taylor, I think...
Oh, sorry,
Rodney's
Taylor.
trying to say something.
So that was you and Ryan. I was just... And then
Yeah, it was a total 182, right? Like, every day we're writing, and then we're like, no, we're going to abridge from now on. We're like, what happened?
Well, I mean, we still did some writing, though, didn't we?
No writing was done for like a year and a half.
That's fair.
I think that night we got into Google Doc, and like we didn't realize what Google Docs was at the time, and all of us were writing at the same time in the same doc. We're like, this is amazing, while making points of what we wanted to do in this Bridge series, and it was great. And I wrote like the whole first episode that night, and it was so bad, but no one told me because we didn't know what was good yet.
Yeah. Also, my editing for that episode wasn't very good.
No, I did on ridiculous things. I was like, hey, just make lip flaps happen. I was like flying through the air, and I was like, yeah, you can do that, right? Because we didn't know the rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, for our writing, I actually got a chapter up. The first chapter on... Have you all heard of ink shares?
I think so. Oh
no.
Hero, no.
Our hero.
No.
Academia.
We need a hero.
He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's
gotta
have connections with Paul.
Yeah, Shrek 2 was fucking awesome.
That big guy starts going under the water. I cried.
Be good.
I think of the right. I now can't think of. I can't tell if I'm thinking of the right Shrek now.
It was like it was from the second movie where like Shrek was like storming the castle.
Yeah.
With like this badass like, orchestral like cinematic version of Holding Out for a Hero by. Oh.
Yeah.
It was the first one with Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I'm gonna put up a link to my ink shares, and I think Rodney will too. It's got like a first chapter and other stuff going on. So like, if anyone's interested in reading our things, they probably hate us. And they're like, hey, just work on the episode instead. Who cares about your writing? But I'm gonna put it up anyways.
Okay, I'll put it in the description of the video. Be sure to
remind
me. Oh.
I'm gonna put it real quick in the chat we got here. I'm gonna cut the hero off as he's like telling us why he can't connect.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing right there, and it's just like a random book cover. I don't know if I'm gonna go with that, but all right. And Taylor, do you have yours? You want to link?
Yeah, I was literally just saying, link mine.
Oh, you want me to link yours?
No, I said I'll link mine real quick. Y'all can't hear a word I'm saying.
I can.
I
we
heard a
can
word
barely hear
that
you.
time. I heard that.
As long as everyone else is quiet, we can hear you. But
Apparently.
oh yeah.
His looks way cooler than mine.
Oh yeah, I took that photo.
Oh.
See, that's what happens when you put in effort. It looks better.
Jesus.
It hurts when it's true, man. You got to hold those punches back. No one's talking now.
There you go. The
I was
spider.
just at a loss of words for
Oh.
how
Yeah, no,
spaced
it
out
does
it
vary.
was.
It did burn.
Looks like
He's been muted by his internet.
Oh, his internet. Yeah, he's been having some internet problems recently. Well, he was having problems before he moved to Phoenix with his wife, but because I remember at least one session I was trying to record with him, like he was cutting out a lot and having trouble hearing me. So
I say that to you too a lot, so I get it. No, was that joke too? I was trying to say I pretend I can't hear. Let's just continue on to the next point.
okay.
How has self-isolation affected your workflow?
For me, it's been both a blessing and a curse. I feel like I've learned that I draw a lot of creative energy from, being in public settings, but at the same time, I have had a lot more time to work on my own stuff, but, kind of at my own pace. So, I don't know.
Thank you for that statement. It tells me a lot. How about you, RBY?
I don't write.
No, I mean just workflow in general. What you're doing, you're being creative. Is it helping you?
I certainly have time, but I'm also extremely talented at procrastinated, and so now I have more time to procrastinate. And
Yeah, you're not even studying for your test you can't take, are you?
yeah, no, well, yeah.
Yeah, you should be getting
I've
100.
already accepted my uni offers, so I have to wait for whatever the hell grades they give me.
I guess I should mention, but since quarantine, I have been exploring other creative avenues. So I've been getting back into making music and also trying again at animation. Because I think the big thing that really hindered my interest in 2D animation was when I first moved out for college. I just found myself a lot more preoccupied, and the thing about 2D animation is it takes a lot more, dedicated time. And oftentimes I just wouldn't have the time for it. But now I've been picking some stuff up. I was experimenting a little while back with a couple other techniques in Adobe Flash, or Anime as I now call it. But yeah.
Yeah, imagine how much better you'd be at a new thing, RBY, if you actually worked at it like he did instead of procrastinating more. Just
I know.
look at that part. See, this is me burning you back for hurting my
no, it's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, I think I finished half the book I was working on. I'm 2/3 of the way through, so I did a lot of that. And we were so steady when we were going every week before it died. I almost need to do a thing with other people, or I won't do it. So I just spend all my time reading. I've read, I think, 25, 30 books since quarantine started. I've read a lot.
Wow.
That's good.
It's not healthy.
It's probably more healthy than anything else you could be doing.
Yeah.
No. Trust me, it's not. It's not. People are like, oh yeah, reading books is good. No, not if you're stuck in these things. And you're like, what's the outside world again? You wake up, you start reading a book.
And you're just not sure. Wait a second. Where am I?
No, I don't care where I am. I look around I'm home.
You've already been lost.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was overseas for a whole year. So I was stuck in this football field-sized place. So coming from that to isolation here, the change was oh, I just don't have to work now. Everything else, the exact. So it wasn't really a change for me. And now I'm about to leave right as quarantine's as long as I get this job, as quarantine ends. So it's it almost never happened for me.
All right.
I mean, we'll
Kind of
see.
makes y'all look like, I'm gonna be like, y'all complain a lot. I was like, man, I've done this for years. Y'all can't handle a couple of months without needing a haircut. Come on.
You see, I've been hearing recently that like ever since they've started opening up shops and such here, like there's been a very big spike in people getting infected. Like I think it went up to 75% recently. So I don't know what
And
they're
you,
gonna do moving forward.
well, you see other countries where they're like, hey, Corona's gone now. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I shouldn't say
Yeah,
that.
like,
That's keeping people alive. They're doing the right thing. Don't listen to me. I'm just bitter.
I mean,
my mate from Croatia's already out. Been out for like a month.
oh.
But on the other hand, on the other hand, Amazon doesn't deliver to him. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I think we've won out still.
Yeah. I really want to like you as a person. Trying hard.
Or
Am I
just
being
stop
mean
that.
to you? You're doing a good job. I'm not.
Wait.
So,
I think I. Yes.
yes.
I'm not sure what the sentence meant.
See, you use a lot of big, confusing words. I use a lot of small ones, but Sam's so quick, no one knows what's going on. It's different ways to distract.
Yes.
You do cut out.
You're catching on. You're catching on. What's this topic 3? The AI dungeon, or is that Owl dungeon?
yeah,
What's going
It's
on?
AI
Yeah, no, I've
dungeon,
seen this.
so-
So I'm like,
What's up?
But explain AI dungeon.
Yeah,
you can't
so
just
what
say
is-
that.
what- yeah, I think that needs explanation.
Okay. Should I explain? Okay, so in the past we used to do a bunch of like tabletop D&D groups, and I thought I'd try doing that again, but this time the DM is an AI. So there's this one website where you can just, it's basically like that, to where you control a character and an AI determines how successful it is. So that'd be fun to try it out. It's
I'm gonna be bad at this.
well, I'm thinking for now just starting with single player. I'll share the screen and we can like each take turns deciding what our character does.
Let's just have you do it, and then I'll yell at you if you do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea.
All right. So
let's-
we'll have to get that set up. So I'll see y'all again in just a bit.
You're just gonna leave us? We have no. There's nothing else in the. Yeah. What the hell?
Well, I'm just getting the other thing set up so I can record that and screen share at the same
You
time.
can't. Okay, do your thing. Just abandon us.
I'm still
Okay, Dad.
here. I was
You
saying
going
that
for smokes?
I was saying that to the audience, not you guys. You have become too attached to cigarettes to just throw them away. You walk around
We're not
looking
throwing
for
them
a
away. We're
7-Eleven.
just getting more.
What
Guys,
the fuck?
I'm about to take this too far, and I apologize. But
I
here's
know.
what you do: you look at that guy right in the eyes, and you say, "Black Lives Matter."
Oh, no.